Rediscover your past by digitizing your family's memories with LEGACYBOX. Watch until the end of this video to find out more about preserving your legacy, and then visit legacybox.com/recollection. In 1938, aggressive moves by Nazi Germany were capturing the world's attention, yet life still went on in the United States as the population was closing in on 130 million people. Radio and movies offered an escape from the perils of the Depression, while the events and global tension of 1938 drifted us closer to a world war. The year began on January 3rd, when President Franklin D. Roosevelt helped launch the March of Dimes to fight polio, a disease that terrified families across America. Roosevelt himself had been paralyzed by polio in 1921, and the foundation encouraged ordinary citizens to mail dimes to the White House to support research and treatment. The campaign transformed public fundraising and eventually helped finance the work that led to the polio vaccine in the 1950s. Europe was on edge on March 12th when Nazi Germany invaded Austria. German troops were met by cheering crowds, and Austria was quickly absorbed into Hitler's expanding Third Reich. The invasion violated international agreements, but Britain and France took no military action, reinforcing Hitler's belief that he could continue expanding without serious resistance. On April 6th, a chemist at DuPont named Roy Plunkett made an accidental discovery while working with refrigerant gases. One of his canisters appeared empty, but inside was a strange white powder. That substance would be branded as Teflon. Its extreme slipperiness and resistance to heat would eventually revolutionize cookware, industry, and even space travel. A brand new kind of hero arrived on April 18th. Superman debuted in Action Comics #1, cover dated June but released in April. Created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, Superman introduced the world to the modern superhero, a costumed champion with superhuman powers, fighting for truth and justice. His immediate popularity launched the entire superhero genre. On May 14th, moviegoers were treated to one of Hollywood's most enduring stories when The Adventures of Robin Hood premiered. Starring Errol Flynn and Olivia de Havilland, the film dazzled audiences with sword fights, lush Technicolor scenery, and a sweeping musical score. It became one of the defining adventure films of the era and cemented Flynn's image as a swashbuckling star. A new tourist attraction opened on June 23rd in St. Augustine, Florida. Marineland was the world's first major oceanarium, and visitors could view dolphins, fish, and other marine life up close in a way never before possible. It reflected a growing public fascination with science, nature, and family-friendly roadside attractions during the automobile age. Just one day later, on June 24th, residents near Pittsburgh were stunned when a 500-ton meteorite reportedly landed in the region. While details were debated, newspapers seized on the story, feeding public fascination with outer space and cosmic events at a time when astronomy and science fiction were both capturing imaginations. On July 3rd, President Roosevelt traveled to Gettysburg to dedicate the Eternal Light Peace Memorial, lighting a permanent flame to honor Civil War veterans. The monument symbolized unity and reconciliation between North and South, and its message of peace carried special weight as the world edged closer to another global conflict. As summer ended, a devastating storm struck on September 21st. The Great New England Hurricane roared ashore with little warning. Making landfall on Long Island before tearing through New England, the storm killed an estimated 500 to 700 people and caused massive flooding and destruction. Entire coastal towns were devastated, and it remains one of the deadliest natural disasters in U.S. history. On September 30th, European leaders met in Germany and signed the Munich Agreement, allowing Hitler to annex parts of Czechoslovakia. British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain returned home declaring peace. Many hoped war had been avoided, but within a year, those hopes would be shattered. The Fair Labor Standards Act went into effect on October 24th. The law restricted child labor, established a federal minimum wage, and set limits on working hours. The legislation marked a major expansion of worker protections and reshaped American labor standards for generations. On October 30th, millions tuned in to hear what sounded like a breaking news report: Martians invading New Jersey. Orson Welles' radio adaptation of The War of the Worlds was so realistic that many listeners believed it was real, causing confusion and panic in some communities. The broadcast became legendary and demonstrated the immense power of radio. On November 1st, at Pimlico Racecourse, the underdog racehorse Seabiscuit faced off against Triple Crown winner War Admiral. With jockey George Wolfe aboard, Seabiscuit won decisively, setting a track record. The race became one of the most famous in history, symbolizing hope and perseverance during hard times. November 9th was the day that cartoonist Al Capp introduced Sadie Hawkins Day in his popular Little Abner comic strip. The fictional holiday, when women asked men out, became a real cultural phenomenon. Schools and communities across America soon held Sadie Hawkins dances, and the tradition endured for decades. On November 27th, a little-known 23-year-old singer named Frank Sinatra was arrested in New Jersey on a morality charge that was quickly downgraded and dismissed. Though minor at the time, the incident later became a footnote in the early life of a man who would soon become one of the biggest stars in American music. Just before Christmas, on December 23rd, tragedy nearly struck Hollywood when Margaret Hamilton, who played the Wicked Witch, was badly burned after her costume caught fire during filming of The Wizard of Oz. She suffered serious injuries and was hospitalized for weeks. The accident highlighted the real dangers behind Hollywood's golden age magic. Recollection Road and LEGACYBOX both believe it's important to preserve the past. If you're like me, there's a box of your family's treasured home movies and photos tucked away somewhere, and LEGACYBOX can help you preserve them digitally. The process is a simple and safe solution for converting your home movies and photos to thumb drive or to the cloud. Just send in your LEGACYBOX filled with old VHS and camcorder tapes, film reels, and pictures, and get back digital copies that can be easily enjoyed, shared, and kept organized. It's that easy. LEGACYBOX is trusted by over 1 million people, and it's all done right here in the USA. Get started preserving your past today. Go to LEGACYBOX.com/recollection to get an incredible 55% off. Buy today to take advantage of this exclusive offer and send in your memories when you're ready. Go to LEGACYBOX.com/recollection to save 55% while supplies last. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, and make sure to check the description of this video for links to pick up a t-shirt. Also, don't forget to visit our friends at Horn & Hardart to save 10% on your next order. Visit hornandhardart.com/recollection. Thank you to our loyal Patreon supporters listed here. Visit patreon.com/recollectionroad to join the club.